Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashim Rekord Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word and sincerity and truth on the four corners of the earth. All right. Let me start in Matthew 12. I'm actually going to get into an article that I seen on RT News. But I'm going to start with the scripture. Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. All right, meaning if, let's say, a house or a kingdom, all right, like it says, a country, all right, is not moving in, a certain level of cohesion, all right, it's going to eventually fall. And when you look at the political system in America, okay, it's based on division. You know what I'm saying? You got the Democrats, you got the Republicans, you have other parties, and nobody really pay attention to, but the big fish, if you will, is the Democrats and the Republicans. All right, that's always going to cause conflict. That's always going to cause chaos because you have two opposing sides as it pertains to your leadership. All right, when you go, let's say you work at a job, all right, the job put forth these rules and regulations that even the leadership has to abide by. So it's really no one man, above the rules, if you will. All right, but when you look at the political system in America, it's the ideology versus ideology, and it causes confusion. All right. Now, not to say, America stands on any of this shit, like the politicians stands on any of the shit that they say, but they're clearly divided, man. That's why you see it amongst the people. All right, you see the division amongst the people. You see riots and whatever, what have you, and all this shit carrying on. All right, because they've chosen sides as it pertains to who they want to be the leadership. All right, so the leadership is divided, and the people that are being led by the leadership are divided. So that's only going to cause what? Chaos. It's going to cause this country to crumble, which it will, as it's prophesied in the scriptures. All right, so getting back to verse 25, and Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? All right. And we all know these so-called white man Esau is the devil, man. All right. Now what they were doing, these Pharisees and shit at this time, they was seeing Yahweh Shai do miracles, all right, and they saying, well, he must have the power of Satan on him. So this is really the point that the Lord was making, but it also fits in the desolation, the destruction of America, all right, because as you see, this kingdom is divided against each other, all right. Now, seeing this article, all right, America is close to being torn asunder, meaning brought down, by political strife and partisanship, excuse me. Here are the 7 vital issues at stake. All right, so this is exactly what is being referenced in Matthew. The kingdom not being able to stand because, in this case, the political strife, meaning the opposing sides, all right, being divided against its own self. America has a history of this, man. You go back to the Civil War. They was divided against themselves then. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know this place is about to fall, man. All right. It says, what's at risk in the showdown between Trump and Biden is not just another changing of the executive guard. This is the most consequential election in U.S. history and will determine the trajectory of the nation for decades. And they say that shit every damn 4 years. This is the most important, like back in '08, which was the one time, of course I wasn't in my right mind, but this is the one time I voted. Obama, this is the biggest shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like a reality show, man, And if you've seen them presidential debates, man, you can tell this is a reality show, man. This shit hilarious, man. All right. But it says, before considering how Americans' lives will change come November 4th, it will be necessary for the country to succeed at one crucial thing, survival. Amid talking of looming civil war, all right, which the scriptures do prophesy, nation shall rise against nation, and you're seeing that in the street now, all right. It says, this may prove to be the trickiest part. Coming, as this election does, smack in the middle of a pandemic and lockdown, the nation's brain is loaded to the rafters with combustible emotions and set to blow. It says, to make matters worse, both sides are absolutely convinced that their opponent is cheating. That's the division. You know what I'm saying? Or one of the, divisions, all right, in this political system, man. All right. It says this will make the simple act of declaring a victor a bit more ringing the bell for a mixed martial arts fight. Because whoever wins this election, what's the day? Second, and it's supposed to be on the fourth. Whoever wins it, it's gonna be chaos in the street regardless. All right, so that's definitely gonna happen. If Trump win, Jake gonna be out here wilding. If lock him up Joe, all right, if he win, the damn Trump supporters gonna be out here wilding. It's going, it's just the division in this kingdom, man, divided against itself. All right. It says this quickly leads to one of the most critical issues the American people will be deciding at the ballot box. Should the U.S. strengthen or weaken its police forces in the event of the incumbent Trump retains his belt for another 4 years, and age of a law and order will settle upon the nation like jackboots on cobblestone. What the hell that mean? All right, it says the 5 ways Trump will claim he's ultimately the winner if he loses. This will come as ominous news for Biden supporters, not least of all Black Lives Matter and Antifa, who have been protesting for the defunding of the police departments. It says, since the death of George Floyd, many on the left believe that U.S. police departments are tainted by the specter of white supremacism. The right retorts that the police are dutifully performing their jobs the best they can. On November 3rd, that issue will be resolved. Not far behind the issue of law and order is the question of what America's neighborhoods will look like under either Republican or Democratic rule. In the name of equality, Biden has said he would reinstate the Obama's administration affirmatively furthering fair housing rule, which forces affluent, single-home suburban neighborhoods to open their communities to low-income housing developments. But look, that's a trap, all right, for these you stupid niggas that be voting Democrat, and that's a trap. When you look at the low-income housing, that's only for the women. Niggas don't, excuse my language, but men don't really get low-income housing. That's a program that the Democrats put on for women. So your black ass, you know what I'm saying? You Jakes, you ain't gonna be in them low income houses. They don't even want no man in the house. And this is a policy that was instituted by the Democrats to what? Get the man, the quote unquote black man out of the house, Latino man too, out of the house by giving the woman incentives. So that's not no good thing. I mean, it must be for, the nigga woman, her lazy ass, all right, but whatever. All right. Trump, meanwhile, who repelled the AFFH, would fight to keep the suburbs as grass-lined pockets of affluence, a privilege still largely reserved for white people, it should be noted. It says, have the American people reached the point in their political development that they are ready to sacrifice the peace and tranquility that comes with suburban living on behalf of minority populations who currently lack the means for such a lifestyle? It says, and will the suburbs be able to retain the qualities that make them unique and desirable in the first place if Democrats bring the city with all of its attendant problems to them? So they basically saying, you bring Jake up here, shit gonna get fucked up, which to a certain extent is true. You know what I'm saying? The longer you live, you see more neighborhoods that more used to be suburban, and then Jake come in there, fuck it up. You know how Jake, 2/3 of Jake is. They ain't got no damn sense, man. All right, so you're going to see mad, 8-ball cans and fucking black and mild rappers on the ground and shit. Jake gonna be being Jake, man. 2/3 of Israel ain't got no sense, man. All right. But it says any discussion on what America's neighborhoods will look like under either a Trump or Biden administration would be idle if it did not consider immigration, the lightning bolt issue that catapulted Trump into the White House. It says in addition to bringing low-income housing into the suburbs, Biden will almost certainly strengthen the so-called sanctuary city program, which allows illegal migrants to be transported from the U.S.-Mexico border to various cities around the country. Illegal immigration may also be expected to explode, given that Biden nominee for Vice President Kamala Harris has said she would fight for the defunding of immigration and customs enforcement, which is ICE, the very people in charge of guarding the U.S. border. And this is all just lip service. They ain't gonna do shit. If let's say Biden wins, they ain't gonna do shit. You know, in 2008, I watched Obama, you know, that Hamite. Yeah, I watched him run the whole election off change, and ain't shit changed. Like, it's just, like I said, man, it's just smoke and mirrors. They just soothing you jakes to sleep to vote Democrat, man. You know what I'm saying? But it should be mentioned that Harris, who has been described as being even more to the left than Bernie Sanders, is supported by the radical Democratic progressiveness in the White House, led by socialist Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. If reelected, Trump will likely force the Supreme Court to decide on all issues related to immigration. All right, and you see, all this shit is just the division. Back to the math, is the division amongst this place, man. America's killing itself from within. All right, before Most High, you know, hit America with the missiles. All right, America is doing itself in because of the division in the leadership. All right, they're divided against themselves. All right, it says the de-gentrification of America's neighborhoods, however, is not the only Obama-era legislation that Biden has promised to resurrect should he win. For example, one of Trump's first acts in office was to eliminate Obama's so-called bathroom law, which is you know, come on with this bathroom shit, man. All right, and Obama got a lot to pay for. Y'all was so busy following Obama, you know, with the LGB and the transgender. Like, a lot of y'all motherfuckers, to my language, but a lot of y'all ain't even gay, but you a gay supporter, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Obama did bring all that BS, man. All right. It says was forced public schools to let transgender students use the bathroom matching their chosen gender identity. And Trump has sense on that. You got your chosen gender identity. No, you are what you are, man. All right. Schools that did not comply risk losing federal funding. Under Trump, Republicans argued that the issue had been inflamed by the irrational woke, which is true, passions on the left. Should Americans allow a minuscule number of biological males who self-identify as females to use the bathroom and changing facility of their choice, despite the possible risk this may present to biological females, which is true, because it's always, it's always that one dude out of the group that and a man would think like that. A certain man, I'm gonna act like I'm this, I'm gonna catch her in the bathroom, man. Like, that's sensible, man. But this is the BS that they arguing over, man. All right, this country is divided against itself, man. All right, although the simple answer would be to create same-sex bathrooms complete with full partitions, the United States, as Winston Churchill once quipped, always does the right thing, which is with falsehood, but not until it has exhausted all the other options. All right, this and other such partisan issues will likely come down to major legal battles, and with the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court, the Republicans will be in a very good position to draft an image of America according to their ideological wishes. However, in the event of a Biden victory, there is a high possibility that Democrats, in an effort to neutralize the edge that the conservatives now enjoy on the bench, will load the court to its ultimate advantage. All right. Such a cunning move would have the effect of making the U.S. Constitution almost redundant, as the left-leaning judiciaries will be empowered to eradicate a number of amendments they disagree with, including the right for Americans to bear arms, which they is going to try to take your guns for when they run down on you, the government. Limitations on search and seizure, and even the freedom of speech already being obliterated daily by the media industrial complex and big tech, which is true. That's why your videos get taken down off of, all these these social sites. God, I do a damn video, bruh. Where's it at? Shalaki. Damn. But continuing on, that's why they take videos down on platforms and all like that, because they're attacking your freedom of speech, man. All right. It says, last but not least, if the American people awake to a new democratic leadership come November 4th, they should be aware that this could place them back on a war footing. The Democrats, despite their loud declarations about human rights and freedoms, have never been shy about exercising U.S. military might around the world. That was obvious during the Obama administration, for example, which brought about the destruction of Libya, at the time the most advanced country in Africa. Right, so it's really, and that's the smoke and mirrors with the Democrats. They want to seem like the peaceful party, but they, run around here just kicking ass like, everybody, like the Republicans do. All right, Revelation 6 and 4, that's what this place is, man. All right, or that's what these people are. For some Americans, however, they believe it is the right of the United States as the so-called indispensable nation, which the Most High, that's a great quote, because the Most High is going to show you how indispensable you are, or how dispensable you are. All right, to exert its muscles around the planet as it sees fit. Although Trump has his faults, it must be said that the U.S. has kept its nose out of foreign entanglements for the 4 years he has been in office. That is a national record by any standard. In closing, it bears saying that the most pronounced aftermath of the 2020 elections will be a great country torn asunder by political strife and partisanship, and at a time when the world really needs U.S. leadership. Wow. And you see what U.S. leadership has done to the world, man. All right, that's why you seen what it's done. All right. This is where the real threat of war happens to be. While it is crucial for Americans to get out and cast their vote for either Donald Trump or Joe Biden, what is even more crucial is that the results of the election do not result in terrible violence, which it will, death, which it will, and destruction, which it will. All right, trust me, in November. On November 5th, people going to be getting stumped down the street, fights, hit by cars, fucking setting shit on fire. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen, man. It's inevitable, all right? It says on the eve of November 3rd, however, that is the regrettable fate that appears to be haunting the United States, all right? So, one more time, Matthew 12 and 25, and Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. All right, so once again, any kingdom divided against itself is eventually going to destroy itself from the inside out, man. All right, and that's what's going to happen to America. All right, but I just wanted to make that quick video. I ain't going to hold you. I hope it was edifying. Then I'm going to say shalom.